So this our last captivity. This is the end of the move. We've been in 6, 7 captivities, but we was doing it over and over. Let's go to verse 21. And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befalling them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness. For it shall not be forgotten out of the mouth of their seed. For I know their imagination, which they go about even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swear. Man, the Most High know you, man, inside and out. He created you. You can't run no game on the Most High, man. Our people keep trying to run this game, breaking his covenant, and shuckle bucking, and cooning and selling out, and making excuses, and just love to be wicked until the Most High, man, stop really punishing this place. He already got the Northern Kingdom down in South America, breaking his zoos, eating zoo animals. But that's how bad they starving down there. Because they thinking he playing. They love white Jesus down there. I just seen a video the other day when he sent the landslide through one of these neighborhoods where it just was all sticks and mud. Like the height of a truck through a whole neighborhood. The Most High not playing with them, man. He's not playing, man, with our people. Wherever the Israelites scared of that, he gonna tighten the wrench up on you and make you come back. Either you gonna come back or you gonna die. You gonna get caught up in the destruction that's gonna happen, or you gonna die before then some kind of way. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Now we about to get into some stuff, some literal stuff that our people can relate to. This Deuteronomy, I'm still on a section of who are we? I'm still on that. Just telling stuff about our people, man, why we destroyed. Just giving you a lot of different examples and different scenarios on why we destroyed. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city. Ain't our people at the bottom in every city in the world? And cursed shall thou be in the field. We was cursing the cotton field, the sugar cane field, the rice field. What other fields we was working in slavery, man? The work field, the last hide, the first fight, the football field, getting brain injuries, all these injuries, trying to make money to feed your family. What other field, man? You can even take it in a dating field. Even dating one of our customs, but you had to try to get a companion some kind of way, and we cursed in that field because our women out of order. You know what I mean? The men, our family structure out of order. You know what I mean? It's slim pickings. You're not gonna really find a righteous woman that got zeal, because ain't none of us had, our foremothers and fathers had the commandments. You know what I mean? Probably like a real small percent knew the truth back then. But it's small pickings when 90% of the women with this feminist movement, they wicked as hell, they lie, they with this independent woman stuff, they believe that stuff the white man that put in their head, talking about our women. Oh, you don't need no man. Follow me. I'll give you some crumbs and a little shack to live in, but you can't have no man in there. Break our family structure. Make the black woman think they better than they don't need the black man. So they talking shit to us, keeping our kids away from us. That's another field that we was cursed in. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. We ain't got no warehouses or no stores. We used to have little stores back with Martin Luther King, but dealing with him, the last stores we had was gone. You know what I mean? What else? We ain't got no mom and pop stores no more. It ain't nothing but the other nations got stores in our communities, man. Feeding us old meat, feeding us dogs. I showed my mother a video where a truck pulled up with a truck full of dogs at a curry out. Another video, they making plastic rice. Come on, man. We ain't even got a soul food spot that we can eat and enjoy. The soul food spot in our community, guess who it's owned by? The Chinese people, man. That's who own that. 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land. Come on, man. The fruit of the body is the children, man. And the fruit of thy land. We ain't got no crops. We ain't got no farm animals. The increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep. Come on, man. We dying, the increase of our kind in abortions, getting killed in the drug epidemic, getting killed by the police, dying from cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure. That's what the increase of that kind and the flocks of our sheep. We don't own nothing. We ain't got no farm animals. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee from off the land, whether thou goest to possess it. What's that pestilence? These other nations, man, that bring the roaches and the rats in our communities. They dirty. They always getting put on the news for people getting sick, eating out their spats. Videos of mice running through their kitchens with mouse droppings. People getting food with vermin in it, meaning mice or bugs. Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. So our people mad, man, out there, and blindness. They can't see the state that our people in. And astonishment of heart. They also can't believe the state that our people in. They astonished by, you got young niggas out there now, young Negroes out there now, able bodies, nothing wrong with them, out there begging for change. They out there bumming for quarters. Excuse me, think I can get 50 cents? Big, strong, young bucks out there, standing at stores begging for change. That's the state of our people now. Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday. Don't we groping at noonday? You on your lunch break. They working you to death. You complaining about you ready to go home. You know what I mean? The stuff you got to go through throughout the middle of the day. On Esau, would they consider how they judge days, nights and days? Because the day is over when the sun go down. You know what I mean? They had you working you to death with this 24 hours a day stuff. They added more hours to the day and the night. As the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. That's why nothing we do fails. I mean, everything, yeah, nothing we do doesn't prosper. It fails. Everything we do fails. Any businesses we try to get, we be having some great ideas, but either the so-called white man gonna steal it, or it just ain't gonna fall through. Our own people gonna hate on it, ain't gonna support it, gonna rob you, keep robbing you, make you close the store down, or just not support you. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoil you evermore, and no man shall save thee. So that's why ain't none of these fake leaders saved us yet. It say we only gonna be oppressed and spoil you. How we spoil you? With all these government benefits, to the point out people don't want to do nothing. They don't want to try to get their own business. Don't try to just do something better. Not saying don't get no help if you really need it, but don't get stuck and complacent. Talking about people that's able-bodied. You know what I mean? Let's go to verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. They was doing that in slavery. Slave master coming in there, raping your wife. Do that now. Your wife cheating on you. So this prophecy been going on since back then. It's still going on now. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. So we built this kingdom up. We ain't living in the White House. We built the White House. Is we living in there? Nah. We built all them slave masters' quarters, the mansions. Was we living in there? Nah. We helped building all these skyscraper apartments, these deluxe apartment buildings, all these big houses. We living in them now. We gotta go back to our messed up community. Shall plant a vineyard and shall not gather the grapes thereof. We help these farmers and shed cropping and doing all this stuff, and just not really getting nothing. And shall not gather the grapes thereof. Well, not shed cropping. Just any jobs will be helping maintain gardens, farmlands, and anything else that we help build. We ain't gathering that grapes is just can mean a benefit on a spiritual level. You know what I mean? We ain't gathering no grapes. No kind of way. Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. A nigger, a coon, a pink lip. Now we all type of homosexuals and LGBTs. Looked at as robbers and thieves and murderers and deadbeats. Our women whores. Among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Why? Because that's how the image they put up on their news. They was doing it heavy in the 80s and the 90s. They was every day on the news, it wasn't nothing but Negro. But you starting to see the Most High turning the tides around now, because you see a lot of the so-called white man on the news in the other nations, the ones killing themselves, raping little girls, fondling with little girls, fondling with little boys, just committing all these heinous acts. Verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. So we gonna be oppressed, man. And everything we do here in this kingdom. Only oppressed and crushed. That's what it is. Our ambitions get crushed. A lot of ideas and stuff we come up with, can't do it. Crush your spirit. You really trying to do that. oppressed all type of ways. I ain't even gotta get into that. Let's go to verse 30, Deuteronomy 28, verse 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. So didn't it just say we gonna be oppressed and crushed? And verse 34 says, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. Our people deep down is pissed off what's going on and hurt and mad. You working a job, you doing the work better than the other nations. You doing more work than the so-called white man. He up there playing Tetris and on his phone or the computer having a good old time while you slaving, and you more productive with the work and got better ideas that he taking them back to the person, people over him, making it seem like them his ideas. And you guys sit there and watch that stuff. Let's go to Haggai. The book of Haggai. For 61 million baby boomers, the future is coming, and Medicare Advantage is preparing for their health care today. The book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye are not enough. Ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Read that last line over. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. How do you put money in a bag with holes? When you get your paycheck and you gotta turn it back around and give it to the so-called white man. Your whole check gotta go to bills. The car note, the car insurance, the rent, anything with your kids, with yourself. You broke. We just making enough. We just slaves that can support ourselves. We don't need no leashes. We ain't going nowhere. We love the so-called American name. That's all. We get that little job, that little car, barely paying our bills. We think we above the world because this is our spirit to feel like kings and princesses. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 35. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. So we're going to be working yourself to death, man, in this kingdom. Haggai 2 and 7. And I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come. And I will fill this house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts. Our people don't understand, man. Most High said, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come. And I will fill this house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts. Verse 8, the silver is mine, and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts. Verse 9, the glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former, saith the Lord of hosts, and in this place will I give peace, saith the Lord of hosts. So the most I tell you, after all that I just read, we gonna be going through, he gonna shake these nations up. And they gonna seek the Lord of hosts. When they see him take down the so-called white man, they gonna be pressed to keep them commandments, man. It's gonna be another thing like how he did in Egypt. He gonna do it. He gonna do it to these people too. To show his power. To show I'm the Most High YAHAWAH. Don't play with him, cause I'm a God of war, and he gonna show me a God of war. They little military gonna be like flies around the cookout, man, getting swatted and smashed. So that's what they gonna be. Flies at the cookout, man. The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 41. Thou shalt begat sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. So that's what we going through now. You got to work yourself to bone. You can't even enjoy your kids. They going into captivity too, because they got to go get taught by your enemies. Got to get in their school system and all that, and learn the ways of this kingdom. Talking about you in the world. Verse 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee into a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. That wood talking about the cross, and that stone talking about the cobblestone of the Quran, Islam. Prophesied that that's what we gonna be following. Ain't that's the main two religions our people following now? Verse 41. Thou shalt begat sons and daughters, but shall not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Verse 42. All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. Any little gardens, any little thing you try and grow in these little messed up lands we left with, man, the bugs gonna be eating that stuff, man. You're not gonna get a profit off of it. And on a spiritual level, that locust is these other nations, man. They the locusts that's gonna consume any little thing you got going, little business. They gonna come with something that's gonna have our people not messing with you. They going to them. Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Didn't I say that all thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume? On a literal level and on a spiritual level, talking about the other nations. Because look, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. The stranger that's in your community gonna be up over you, gonna have more resources and benefits than you in your own community. And thou shalt come down very low. You're gonna be spending all your money with them. They will treat you like trash, and you still gonna be spending money with them, shopping with them. Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. Don't our women gotta go to these Arabs and bump for food and be giving up favors, having sex with them? Gotta give them interest on money. The banks, we gotta go beg banks for loans. And we always got our hand out need, and we gotta go to our oppressors, man. The other nations and the so-called white man. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So we the tail in this kingdom. We ain't the head in this kingdom because we ain't running nothing. To be the head, you got to be in control. If you just a butt don't control nothing. A butt, this doo-doo come out of butt. So you just basically a doo-doo maker. You just doo-doo. They the head. The head was stank. The head look good. They put makeup on the face. Get your head done, all that. The head come up with all the decisions. That's what they is. Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou heardest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, Yahawah, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. So it's our fault what we going through. Go up to 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Don't we get killed in front of the police, in front of your house, in front of your family? Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And back in our homeland, we came out to do this and that, but we wind up being scattered all over the place. When the Greeks ransacked Jerusalem, you know what I mean? They raided the temple and all that. I don't know if it was 70 AD. They ransacked Jerusalem. So it said, verse 25, and shall be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. I've been had all these precepts. Double monkey. Sorry, that was verse 68, still in Deuteronomy 28. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Go back to 25. And shall be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. The way I tell y'all Negroes, y'all ain't keep my commandments, y'all going into captivity, is the way it's going to happen. Exactly the way I say it's going to happen. That's the way it's going to happen, Negroes. Verse 26. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. When we hanging on ropes, when they hanging us for the birds and the insects to eat us in slavery, that's what was going on with our people. They just hung a man in 2018 somewhere. It been happening throughout time. You know what I mean? But not like it was when we was in bondage slavery. But it's still been going on. Leaving your body up there for the birds and the insects to eat you. Verse 32. The sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look, and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand. When they selling our kids on the auction block, you couldn't do nothing about it. They just come in there and take your kids. Wasn't nothing you can do. You can sit there and just be mad. Let's go to Jeremiah 6:19. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 19. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 19. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. The Most High telling our people over and over and over why he sent us in slavery. And why we going through what we going through? Because we ain't want to hear his words, man. All right, now we getting into another way why people destroyed. They gave us the white Christ. Now we about to go into Romans 15 and 4. The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So these scriptures is written back then for us now, for our learning. It said they was written before time. Aforetime is basically before time. Know what I mean? For our learning. So we can learn who he is now in the latter end. And not be confounded still calling ourselves niggas, Negroes, African Americans, black, Moors, and all this garbage. The book of Isaiah, '34. The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. None of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them. So the Most High telling us, man, to seek him out of the book, man. I just read, this book was written before time for our learning in the latter end. And right here in Isaiah 34:16 is telling us, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. None of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. No book on earth can match this Bible. That's what that means. None shall want her mate. What mates do, they compatible. They get together and form a union. Ain't no book on the earth can mate with this Bible. It's not compatible. Revelations 1 and 3. The book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Say, keep these words in, because the time is at hand. Why the time is at hand? Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So who running the earth right now? It say the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So who these wicked people that the Most High talking about that he gave the earth to? So-called friendly neighborhood devil, man. They covered the faces of the judges thereof. We the judges. YAHAWAH, Lord YAHAWAH, who they call Jesus Christ. That's the judge who face they covered up. I ain't all the other prophets too, but he the main one. That image they took and made them into seizure bourgeois and passed and put people in captivity with that image. Like devils, man. Let's go to First Maccabees, chapter 3. First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. The book of First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. So these devils plotted getting our book and changing it around and painting all the images, making them their images, trying to hide who the real Israelites were. Basically is what they did. So they did that. Just said they came into the book and liked to paint the images, paint the likenesses of their images. Of their images. In the book of the law, which is the Bible, that they took and painted the likeness of their images. The book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 13. This John the Revelator, verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool. He had white woolly hair. He was stretched out, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Come on, man. That's a trait of the Negroes, man. Our eyes get red when we drink wine, because he used to like to drink wine. And on top of it, his eyes was a flame of fire because he had knowledge. Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass. Fine brass. Brown. As if they burned in a furnace. And his voice as the sound of many waters. He had a deep voice, a heavy voice, like I got a heavy voice. He had a heavy voice, man. Sound like Russian water. Alright. Now we getting on this last part. Last part. This is another way our people destroyed. We about to go on the Esau signs right here. Let's go to Psalms 83. The book of Psalms, chapter 83. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who was the hidden ones? We the hidden ones. That's the big secret on earth who the real Jews is. They got us hidden. People overseas, I seen a video of a woman over there, I don't know if she was an Ethiopian woman, reaching out saying, we hear y'all don't know who y'all are. Y'all the real Jews, y'all the real Israelites of the Bible. We need y'all to come back over here. Because the earth ain't going to act right unless y'all come back over here. That's what she said. A heathen woman. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So they striving hard to cut us off, man. Didn't they make our name in no more remembrance when they brought us over in slavery? Negroes, blacks, colored, African American, Afro American. Come on, man. These people, these devils did everything in their power to hide our identity, man. They still doing it. They ain't gonna admit it. They gonna go down with a sinking ship. That's what's going on. People's gonna go down with a sinking ship. Sinking ship, man. That's how they gonna go down. The tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white man, and the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, of Moab, the Chinese, the Hagarenes, Jabal, these African nations, and Ammon, the Japanese, and Amalek, the fake Jews, the Philistines, and the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also was joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Man, all these people plotted against us, man. So, I had a letter about the Copernicus theory. I ain't gonna read into it, but the theory of Copernicus is that you got a sun and the planets revolve around the sun, which is a lie. Let's go to Psalms 104 and 5. Who laid the foundations of the earth that it should not be removed forever? Now the earth spinning around the sun 67,000 miles per hour. 67,000 miles per hour. Who laid the foundations of the earth that it should not be removed forever? Oh, no, the earth tilted on its axis 1 degrees. Who laid the foundations of the earth that it should not be removed forever? Come on, man. The Most High said the earth don't move. And these brothers that still believing in this globe theory stuff, man, need to be ashamed of yourself. I don't want to hear no dark sayings and all this these mysteries and all this fake deep wisdom when you can't even break down the earth you walking on. They just was glorifying Neil Armstrong the other day. That's why I got this class coming this weekend. I'm gonna chop these devils up, man. Part 1, it's coming. It's coming. That's why the Most High woke me up. I'm not gonna go for it, cause if we bringing this kingdom down, we supposed to kill all the lies, not some of them, not just learn certain mysteries and I'm just gonna go on these deep mysteries. You ain't even teaching our people the basics. Let's go to Proverbs 3. Proverbs 3, chapter 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thy own understanding. Oh, I think Esau telling the truth, because he's showing me CGI, and they've been showing us this globe since we was little. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Man, the Most High say acknowledge him, man. Acknowledge what he got written in here to tell you that the earth don't move, man. That these devils is lying. All right, I had another letter about Challenger Deep. So they say Challenger Deep supposed to be the deepest part of the ocean. Let's see what the Most High say about these devils can pinpoint his creation. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 7. 31 verse 37. Thus said the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath the earth, how much land it really is, the oceans and all that, the underground part of the earth, that's what he's talking about. I'm still in class. I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Proverbs 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not on thine own understanding. The circumference of the earth. So they tell you the globe. They got the globe model, how big the globe is and all that. That's what it's telling you. What he say? Let's say 31 verse 37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. So the Most High telling you right there, if these devils can actually measure the size of the earth and all that, he said he'll cast us away for all the sins we have done. Let's what we going into? I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna go to another way our people destroyed. They talking about God don't hate. This the last back end of the last end of the class. Psalms 139. And 139 and 22. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. Sirach 6 and 13. Separate thyself from thy enemies and take heed of thy friends. Romans 9 and 13. I was going to show the video with Warner Von Baum. He put on his tombstone the handiwork. Psalms 19 and 1 about the Most High handiwork on the firmament. Giving praise, Warner Von Baum, the one who supposed to made the rocket, created the rocket for them to get into so-called get into space. But on his gravestone, he put Psalms 19 and 1. Basically giving the Most High's props, basically saying we couldn't get out the firmament. I gotta give you your props. You built that. Let's go to Romans. Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Let's go to Malachi 4 and 1. He said he hate Esau, the so-called white man. Malachi 1 and 4, 1 and 3. And I hated Esau. He said, and he hated Esau. He said, and he hated Esau. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 8. A time to love, a time to hate, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Nah, it ain't no time. There's only time just to love people. Shake hands and hugs and kisses. A time to hate. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. So, just the last part of it right here. Last part. So, this is another way where our people destroy. They keep running up talking about Christ about to save, coming to save everybody. We about to see. Hebrews 11 and 3. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Hebrews 1 and 2. It say, yeah, baby. Yeah, I'm out finishing up now. I had to make this joint 2 parts. I'm about finishing up now though. Few more precepts, I'll be done. You can come on, I'll be done by the time you get here. Alright. Salaki, that was my wife calling to see if I was ready to leave class. Hebrews 1 and 2. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he have appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. There's plenty of worlds. Luke 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. Christ telling you right there, he came to divide the people up. Let's go to Jeremiah 4 and 7. They keep our people want to keep talking about these Gentiles. Let's see what Christ said about these Gentiles. Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 7. The lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make the land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without an inhabitant. YAHAWAH, who they call Christ, on his way to crush this joint, man. 1 Corinthians 1 and 2. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 2. Unto the church of God which is in Corinth, to them that are sanctified in Christ YAHAWAH, called to be saints, with all that in every place call upon the name of Christ our Lord, both theirs and ours. Oh, 1 Corinthians 12 and 2, Salah. Ye know that ye were Gentiles Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away into these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Say ye were Gentiles. If you was born a Gentile, you can't stop from being a Gentile. This talking about the Gentiles, that's the Israelites who was living like Gentiles. Ye know that ye were Gentiles. John 7:35. Book of John 7 verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So it say, will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So man, I just read it say ye were Gentiles. Now we about to see what dispersed Gentiles is talking about. James 1:1. James 1 verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Come on, man. That's what it's talking about. That's what it's talking about. The 12 tribes that scattered abroad. Second address. 6:54. The book of Second Address, chapter 6, verse 54. It say, and thee after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So he's making a distinction. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, before thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So the Most High call these people nothing. Verse 57, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing. The heathen is the other nations. The Most High called them nothing. John 17:9. And when they had taken security of Jason and the other, they let them go. Oh, how I get right here? Not too far. John 17:9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. YAHAWAH said we is his, man. He don't pray for the whole world. Acts 2:20. Acts 2:20. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood before the great and notable day of the Lord. And it shall come to pass, what? That whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel. It's talking about the Israelites through this whole book. This whole book is is written about the Israelites, man. John 18:20. The book of John, chapter 18, verse 20. Jesus answered him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whether the Jews always resort, and in secret have I said nothing. He said, wherever the Jews always resort. It wasn't nobody but the real Jews where YAHAWAH Christ was teaching. He wasn't teaching to nobody else. Let's see who he was teaching to. Matthew 15 and 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Christ say, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. This in the New Testament, the New Covenant. He say he only coming back for the Israelites. Let's go to Matthew 10 and 34. These are the last few precepts. Matthew 10 verse 34. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. They keep trying to make Christ out to be this effeminate hippie beach bum. He coming back to kill a lot of people, man. Let's see what he say to the people who, who wrote that book? I don't gotta follow that Bible. Who wrote that? I got faith in Jesus in my heart. I can still be wicked and have faith, and he gonna come back and throw me a rose. Let's see what he say. The book of Luke chapter 19 verse 27. But those my enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Man, Christ said, bring hither and slay them before me, man. 3 more to go. I'm just going through all these ways how people destroy, man. Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 7. For I earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt, even until this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walk everyone in the imagination of their evil heart. Talking about their evil mind. Therefore, I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they did them not. And the Lord said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words, and they went after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant, which I made with their fathers. Therefore, thus said the Lord YAHAWAH, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Let's read that back. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them that they shall not be able to escape. Oh, Martin Luther King gonna save us. I shall bring evil upon them that they shall not be able to escape. Obama, good, we got a black president now, he gonna save us. I shall bring evil upon them that they shall not be able to escape. Man, the Most High God said, man, he gonna bring evil upon us that we ain't gonna be able to escape. It don't matter what leader, none of that stuff, man. Said you shall not be able to escape, man. Last 2 precepts. Zechariah chapter 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Pastor Pork Chop, these politicians, These wicked Jezebels, black women running their mouth, these effeminate black males running their mouth against the prophets, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Man, what's going to do that? Nuclear fire. Gonna make all your flesh melt. Your eyes gonna melt back. Your tongue gonna melt back. It's gonna happen to you while you stand on your feet. When that gamma ray hits you, you just gonna freeze and melt and then turn into dust. Malachi 4:1. Say you gonna be consumed while you stand on, consume away in their mouth. What it say? Their flesh shall consume away while they stand on their feet. Then let's see what's gonna happen to you once it happens. Malachi chapter 4 verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as the oven, and all the proud and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. What's stubble? That charcoal when it's finished burning, all that dust, that's what stubble is. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave neither root nor branch. Ain't nothing gonna be standing that burn here, man. That's nothing gonna be standing here, man. Everything gonna burn. And on that note, shalom, shalom, Shabbat, shalawam, Shabbat, shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Zephaniah. Spiritual assassin for the Most High YAHAWAH. Yahawah, Yasha'Allah, a.k.a. Yah Mordecai, coming from SITHLORDTIGER, service in the house of the Lord, together in God's eternal righteousness. Stick together, y'all.